Notice all of the cats? They're so cute. Yanjin's video centers a lot around cats, which is her animal. Just remember this little golden kitty. Let's pause and look at the scene alongside the lyrics. So far, Yanjin has said, "I had to come again today. What would I do when I run into you? I wait cautiously." In the scene we just saw, which looked like someone looking through the window at Yanjin, Yanjin sings, without wanting anything. Who could be watching her? Who could have come all this way to meet Yanjin, yet be too shy to speak to her? Oh! Someone knocked over the vase before they ran away. What a shame. Except now, we can see what flowers they knocked over. They look to be red thistles. Thistles are an invasive plant species that grows all over the world. At first, I thought because of Yanjin's animal, they were going to be red cattails. But, when looking at the leaves, you can 100% confirm that they are in fact thistles. It's interesting that, among all of the greenery in Yanjin's home, the only colored plant is a red thistle, for thistles hold great significance. The thistle represents an enlightened person. A person who has gained their crown. The thistle is also the symbol of nobility of character at birth. It was the national symbol for Scotland. Thistles are also a favorite nectar source, especially for butterflies and goldfinches, a type of bird as well. Goldfinches themselves have biblical significance, noted in paintings of the resurrection and the passion of Christ, due to their diet of thorns and thistles. The thistle that represents a person shows that the person has to live a life in which they find significant adversity or problems. Who could the thistle represent? Perhaps the person who came to visit Yanjin is the one that left her this. But who is trying to reach Yanjin? It's interesting how Yanjin's choice of dress when she finally leaves her house is the one she dons. If you remember what I stated when we looked at Vivid, BBC could literally dress the girls in anything else. Yanjin could have just worn another yellow dress. But she's not. Instead, she wears a royal blue dress with pink, yellow, green, red, black and white flowers on it. As you know, pink represents Heejin, yellow is Yanjin, green is Hassel, red Kinlip, blue Jinsul, and what are the black and white? If you remember, I stated that colors are altered by artists when subjecting them to highlights and shadows. Highlights brighten a color while shadows darken a color. If an object is facing the light, they will be highlighted, whereas if a subject is away from the light there will be a shadow. It's a basic principle. But, if you remember, Heejin sings that she wants something to highlight. We know that, as God, Heejin's intentions are good, so of course she wants pure, bright things. So, if we look at all of the girls in 1/3, created by Heejin, they are all made with highlight. Vivi is a pastel pink, Hazel and Eugene are bright greens and orange. These colors are on Yanjin's dress because she is the one that had to work with her odd-eye primary counterparts to bring Hazel and Eugene to the Looniverse. But then, why black? Well, yellow had to be utilized to create the last two YY by Y girls, Chu and Go-won, so of course Yeonjin was a part of that. We'll only regard this as another reference to Go-won, Eve, and Olivia, because orange isn't present on the dress. I'll explain why in a minute. Anyways, so Go-won's color is a darker green, Eden green. Jinsul and Yeonjin had to create her, but Olivia utilized Eve to tint and essentially infuse black into Go-won's green, after she ate her fruit and rejected Eden. So what about the absence of orange then? Yeonjin had a part in creating orange, after all. Well, we know Yeonjin is lost in the LOONAVERSE forest, and she was solely focused on Eve anyways, so they aren't significant enough in Yeonjin's story to be represented on the dress. Purple isn't on the dress either because it represents Cherry, Yeonjin's mirror, and Yeonjin had no part in bringing her to the LOONAVERSE anyways. The pink, however, can also be applied to Eve and Olivia, as Eve's color is made with black and pink, and Olivia's color is just black and white, as it is gray. So, again, BBC is leaving little clues here for us to interpret. Yeonjin may just be trying to peer into the building above, but don't her shoes and socks look familiar? This is a reference to a YY by Y girl, specifically Go-won. We can expand this thought further once we look at one and only. Pink and yellow accents on one of the postcards Yeonjin is holding. Who is she trying to reach? The little golden kitty came to visit. But how come when Yeonjin tries to get close, the cat walks away? Cats often represent rebirth and resurrection due to their 9 lives. And, because they are nocturnal, they represent darkness as well. But this cat is a golden orange color. Gold is something that represents wealth, something only those with status have. Most of the time, royals are the only ones with gold, but who else is a golden blonde? In my opinion, Yeonjin wearing the golden cat hat has a double meaning. 1. It could mean that she keeps thinking of the golden cat, the one who ran away, and whomever the golden cat is representative of. 2. It could also mean that Yeonjin herself is enlightened by something. Because the cat's fur is golden like that of an angel's halo, and it's only on her head, I believe this means that Yeonjin knows something about the signal regarding the golden cat. We'll find out who this cat is and what Yeonjin might know later. Eight cats. The perfect amount to represent the first 8 girls. I can't really think of what else that amount of 8 could represent other than 1/3 and the odd-eye girls. But they also wear the cat heads, and the central Yeonjin looks and smiles at the camera. Perhaps the other girls are now going to find out what Yeonjin knows. And that is why Yeonjin is smiling into the camera, because she already has it figured out, and will eventually meet with whomever was sending her signals.
망설이지 마 boy 네 눈빛이 shake shake 두근두근하는 girl 기분 좋은 feeling 주저하지 말고 내게 다가와줘 네가 웃어주면 Boy you rock my world you rock me baby 핑크빛 world 그대와 나 햇살을 물든 아름다운 이곳에 설레임 가득 안고 바람이 부는 대로 Boy just give me your love 너와 함께 Can you feel it? 매일 같은 day 같아지는 맘에 우리 I will be there This is life 시간 속에 함께하는 우리 I will be there Day 매일 새롭게 기분 좋은 설레임 내 눈에 보여줄래 I will be there 우리 펼쳐진 시간 속에 real slow 그곳에 멈춰진 너와 나의 세상 빙빙 돌아온 꿈 같았던 시간이 지금 내 눈앞에 Make me feel so high all the time 핑크빛 world 그대와 나 햇살을 물든 아름다운 이곳에 설레임 가득 안고 바람이 부는 대로 Boy just give me your love 너와 함께 Can you feel it? 매일 같은 day 같아지는 맘에 우리 I will be there This is life 시간 속에 함께하는 우리 I will be there Day 매일 새롭게 기분 좋은 설레임 내 눈에 보여줄래